Hello everyone, welcome back once again to our No Man's Sky Permadeath Survival Challenge. Now in our 12th episode. That's kind of exciting. Um, Today we're going to be focusing on the trading that we've been building up toward doing for a long time. And if we have some time for some other things, like going and checking out what the next little tidbit from our base computer is, that'll be great. But I'm going to make sure we take plenty of time for trading today. Hopefully we can really give you guys a feel for how this works. So the first thing that you want to do is you're going to want to find an Economy 3 level system. And there are there's two different trade routes that you can do. We'll get more into that later. We're going to be doing the shorter trade route for now. It starts in a mercantile system, level 3 economy. And the reason you want to start in a level 3 economy system like we have is because there are more trade goods available in a level 3 economy system. A level 2 economy system won't have this last one that's the most valuable one, which means you can make a bunch of money that you wouldn't be able to make otherwise. The price to buy is lower and the price to sell is higher. So you can buy lower and sell higher if you work in Economy 3 systems. Now in the Economy 2 systems, you won't have this last one, and if it's an Economy 1 system, then it won't have either of these last two ones. So we've been trying to focus on keeping in high economy systems so that it's easier for us to do exactly what we're going to be doing right now. So I have a little bit of money, and I'm going to start by buying, let's see, I think actually I would normally start with the ones that have the lowest buy price, because they'll have the highest profit margin when we sell them. But because of some small mistakes I made in recording this this video, I'm on my second take here, or my second recording, I should say. We do all of this in one take, so if I make a big mistake, I have to start over again. I've already bought some of these higher profit margin items, so I'm going to go straight to the ones that are the most expensive. I'm going to buy as many of those as I can afford, which obviously I don't have 6.2 million. We're going to fix that as soon as we can. I'm just going to buy a few to make sure that we've bought as much as we possibly can, and that'll spend almost everything we have. Just 2,000 units left. So now we need to go find a system where we can sell these things. So this is a mercantile system, and if we look in our inventory, it'll tell us that we need to go into an advanced materials system. See how it has advanced alloys there in purple. So we are going to go and look for such a system. Now the way we'd normally do this is we would go to the galaxy map and start using our economy scanner to look at the neighboring star systems and see if we can find one of those advanced manufacturing economies. So here we are on the galaxy map. We can see the system where we have our base right here next to the one that we're in. That's only an Economy 2 system, even though it is a ore processing economy. Yeah, it's a materials economy. It's only level 2 economy, so we don't want to go there. So we're going to look at the stars around. We're going to turn on an economy filter, and that will color code the systems that we're going to be wanting to go to next. So if we get in real close, you can see that the mercantile systems are green, and the materials systems are purple. So that's what we're going to be looking for. We're going to be looking for purple stars that have 3 economy. So when we mouse over them, we'll see that there are, in this case, 2 stars next to that little picture of, it looks like a double helix. And some of the stars don't have any information at all. We're going to ignore those. And we're looking around here. We want to find purple stars that have 3 stars in their economy rating. And we're not finding any. Now, normally we'd look a little longer, but I'll let you know that I've looked through this area earlier and didn't find any. That's not normal. Normally you can find some nearby. 3-star economy systems aren't common, but they're common enough that if you look around, normally you can find one within a few hundred light years. And I'm just really not finding one. So what we're going to do, once I check these last couple up here, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the space station, and I have mapped out a system that has the economy that we need. It's way down over here. I had to go looking long and hard to find it, and that's part of why I had to remake the video, because it just wasn't working out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go back into the space station, and I'm going to show you how it works. We can look around at the stars a little bit more when we do one of our later jumps for trading, if we have time. So we're going to hop out. We're going to go to the teleport terminus, and we're going to look for one of those systems like I just mentioned. This is another way that you can do this. Once you've explored some systems, the information for the systems will be on these little cards for the different space stations. You can see that there's a space station there, and this orange color lets us know that this is a space station teleport terminus. So we are in the alright, it's not showing this excuse me, it's not showing the station that we're on currently, but we have a couple of systems that have metal processing booming in this case, and ore processing adequate. We don't want that one. That's economy 2. So we're going to head over to this Telecom 4 station beta. That's going to be the next stop in our trading. Run. So once we get through, we're going to go right back to where we were at a trading terminal and sell what we've picked up. So we can see now that we've, instead of the buy price, which was minus 6.1% as I recall, now we have a sell price that's plus 12.8%. What this is telling us is how far above or below the galactic average for that good that we are buying or selling. And it's all in green because that's a favorable number. If it weren't a favorable number, it would be in red. These are still green. So we're going to sell these. And then we're going to go to our starship where I've stored the others that I purchased earlier before we started this episode. And I'm going to sell those as well. And now, from the, I think about 2 million worth of units that we had before I started buying stuff, now we have about 3 million. So we're going to do this step over and over again and generate a good amount of money relatively quickly. Now this might take a few hours, but after doing this for a few hours, probably be able to get a few 100 million, and that'll be enough for us to get anything that we want. But before we leave here, we need to buy some more trade goods. This is the next stop in our trade route. So when you put together a proper trade route, you're going to be buying in one system and then selling in a system that buys it for a good price, and then buying the stuff there and moving on to another system that buys the goods from the second system at a good price. And it creates a loop, and I'll show you that loop as we continue. So this is a 3-star economy system. We've got 5 goods again. We're going to buy as much as we can. We're going to start with the ones that have the best profit margin, which are going to be these nanotube crates that are at 18.9% below galactic average. Usually these ones that have the very best price are ones that aren't worth very much, and you notice we only spent about 100,000 buying those. So we're going to have to do the same thing for this one. That'll spend about $1 million, and then we'll just keep moving up, grabbing the ones that have the best price as we go, and we'll just bring this down until it's at, well, until the numbers are white. It's within what we can afford. There we go. That's everything. Give that a chance to catch up. We have 11,000 units left. So now we're going to go look for the next star system that will have, in this case, a scientific economy. Oh, I think we're close enough to where we can find one of those. We're going to look around real quick. The scientific economy, turn on our filter. The scientific economy is blue, as I recall. Let's look at the blue ones. Yes, experimental, scientific. They'll have names that sound like sciencey things. So we're looking for blue stars, and you can see that once you've mapped out a system, it puts the name and a dot, so you have to get really close before you can see some of these. That's what we're going to do. We're going to look around, look at everything, try to find some blue stars for us to trade at. That looks red. I'll put this one over here. It's orange. Do you have any blue ones? I remember there being a blue one right around here. Maybe it's this one here or this one here. Nope. Alright, I'm not finding it real easy. Let's look at some of the ones that aren't marked. Sometimes it gets really hard to find them. Usually it's not quite this hard. But we're having real trouble. So, once again, because we had this trouble, I spent more time off camera mapping systems and finding one that would be appropriate for this trade route. So we're going to head back in, and we're going to do it the way that doesn't look like the way you actually will end up doing it. But once you've mapped out your trade route, you will be doing it the way that I'm doing it here. So we're just going to hop up on this balcony, interact with our teleport terminus, and we're going to look for one of those scientific economy systems. Experimental, it's got the little beaker, test tube thing, flask, that's what that's called. It's got the flask icon that lets us know it's a scientific economy, and it's got a booming, which is a level 3 economic level. So we're going to warp there, and we're going to sell what we have and pick up stuff. And then we can go back to the first system that we were in and sell the stuff from that third system there. The goods in a scientific economy are in demand in a mercantile economy. So it creates a trade route, a trade loop. And you can make really long loops if you want, and that's probably the most efficient way to do it. But we don't have a lot of systems mapped out, so we'll go through the short loop. So we can sell all of these goods we just picked up. You can see we're going to make a good profit. That's almost as much as we had before we bought in the last system. So that time we got fairly close to doubling our profits, or doubling our funds, I should say. So that was pretty good. We're going to warp back to the first system and sell this stuff. That was this system here. And once we get back to this system and sell, we could buy some more and go through the loop again. But I think what I'd like to do is show you the other loop. There are 7 kinds of economies in No Man's Sky, and 3 of them form a loop with each other, and then the other 4 form a loop with themselves. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to sell here, not buy, even though we really could, and we could keep going. When you buy something, it changes the demand. It'll bring the price up when you're buying, and when you're selling, it'll bring the price down. So we are, oops, I didn't buy goods on the last system, did I? That was a mistake. Alright, well that's fine. We were going to jump to the other track of systems anyway. So we will get on with that. So the other loop is these 3 here, and I believe this one here, which we can't see the economy type until we click on it because there's a quest marker there, unfortunately. And as I recall, the beginning of the loop, you can start anywhere as long as you go to the right economy second, whichever the next one in the loop is. But as I recall, this is the one that I like to start on, the prospecting, the mining economy. Little Pickaxe is a mining economy. So we're going to head over there. We're going to buy some more stuff, and then we're going to go sell it. We're going to repeat that process a few times, and then we're going to be out of time, because all of these loading screens, they do take a little while to get through. So we're going to come in, we're going to buy everything we can get our hands on. The demand on this isn't very low. We're going to ignore that. Demand on that's pretty good. Grab that. And just work our way up. Alright. We should go the other direction. We'll go up instead of down. That'll get us there faster. Whoop, a little too far. There we go. And it says that these are in demand in manufacturing economies. So we're going to go look for a manufacturing economy here. On the star charts, if we use the economy filter, the systems that we're in right now, the mining system is orange, and we're looking for manufacturing. That's these gears, and I think they're red. I have to go out to the map and see for sure, but they are color coded. And if you find yourself playing and you have a hard time remembering, there are Wikipedias. You can look these things up rather easily, but it doesn't take too long to memorize it. It's just tricky knowing, without a little help, what all of the different adjectives that they apply, what they mean. The pictures are always the same, but the the name of the type of thing they're doing in the economy changes slightly. Mass production is a kind of manufacturing, so we know that we're heading to the right place. Why did I run over here? I think that was a mistake. We need to go to the terminal to sell our stuff. And you see now our demand is super high on all of these. We're making a huge profit. That's because we haven't been cycling through here over and over again. Those numbers would get a lot smaller if we went through the cycle more than once. So we, once again, almost doubled our money. Yeah, it's like time and a half, between time and a half and double. And we need to not forget to buy more goods. I don't know why I'm having that issue today. So we're going to start with this one because it's 9.8%, and then go to this one, that's 7.3, 4.3. We still have 6 million left. I guess we're probably going to end up buying everything. We'll buy the one that has a slightly higher demand, minus 0.2%. It's still below galactic average, just not very much below galactic average. We've got 4 million left, so going from the top will probably be a little faster. Whoa, it went so fast. Okay. And there we are. And this says high-tech component manufacturer. High-tech economies are the ones we're looking for next. So that is high-tech. This is an energy economy. You can tell from the battery. So the high-tech is this one here. The one that looks kind of like a microchip or something. Some kind of electrical component. I'm going to warp over there. Incidentally, the quest marker that is covering up that information is something that I picked up warping around trying to map out these trade routes. And we'll get into that content a little bit later, I think. Let's see. Let's just sell all of this. Looks like the demand is still pretty high. Not quite as high as in the last system, so we won't make quite as big a profit, but it's reasonable. We made $1 million, $1.5 million, something like that. And so to finish our loop, we will buy here. Start with the best ones, the biggest profit margin, and work our way up. And our inventory is full. So we're going to move some of this stuff off to our starship. Our starship storage slots hold twice as much as our normal inventory storage slots. So we're going to send those to the starship high capacity inventory first. And they fit 50 in a stack, so we didn't send those because that would just waste space. We'll send this to the starship. Yeah, 25 to a stack in the regular inventory. So we'll put as many of these in there as we can. And now we're about full. Excuse me. And that is just about what we have. Looks like we can buy one of the last one. Now we're going to go to the last stop in the route. Well, the last stop will probably be going back to the first stop, but so the last one, once again, is that energy economy. I didn't look at the goods. Yes, power generation, that's what it says. So that means an energy economy. There we are. We'll head over there and sell the last little bit. And And these loading screens aren't the most exciting thing to look at in the world, but they are pretty for a little while. And then we'll sell what we have here. We will sell what's on our ship first because we have the most volume there. When we sell it, it's going to bring the numbers down. So we're at a plus 49.2% above galactic average right now. But once we sell that, we switch back, we'll see that it's not nearly as high. It's only 13.8%. We're still making a profit, but you can see on those ion capacitors, selling that stuff hurt us a little bit. I probably should have stuck all of it on the Starship of one given good, so that's one thing to keep in mind. It's best to sell everything in a single batch, if at all possible. And what we might need to do here as we continue trading and getting more and more profit, we're going to need more inventory spaces. So we're going to visit some of these exosuit upgrade stations that are in every new space station that we, or I should say they're in every space station, but you can only buy the upgrades once. So every time you go to a new system, you just buy another one of these. And then we'll have more room for storing trade goods, which we are definitely going to be needing. We had to move stuff over to our Starship, and that caused us to lose some profit. We can do the same thing to our Starship too. We can upgrade our Starship inventory. That gets pretty expensive. I like that fighter. That looks pretty cool. It's kind of like ours, but bigger. It's got the same kind of wings, basically. That one's wings were, I think, a little bit longer, maybe. But anyway, that's an aside. So that's what trading is like. We started this episode with about 3 million in units, and now, just after, like 20 minutes of trading or so, 25 minutes of trading, we turned that 3 million into almost 12 million. We almost quadrupled our units. Now, pretty soon we're going to be buying up everything at a station, and that's going to limit how much we can make per trade, but it still ends up being a pretty good profit per hour. We probably make 30, 40, 50 million an hour, and that is going to get us up pretty quickly to a number of units where we can start doing some really impressive stuff. We can start buying some of these ships and salvaging them and getting upgrade modules and nanites and some of the things that we can do with all this money I'm going to be showing you in later videos. Our strategy is going to be to try and avoid digging around in the dirt with our mining laser and instead take all this money we make and buy what we need. Now, there's some things that we won't be able to buy, but we'll be able to buy most of the things that we need. Just to show you, we were struggling so much with sodium right at the very beginning, and we can just buy sodium. We don't have to struggle with that. We can just come in here and be like, you know what, I want a bunch of sodium. It only cost me 40,000 to buy 764 sodium. That's almost twice what we've found in the entire game so far. And it'll cost us a tiny fraction of the money we just made. So that's why I wanted to try on this playthrough, trying to do trading as our way of getting what we need to really get going on our exploration of the galaxy. Thank you all for coming and watching with us today. It was fun to make this video. I hope you had fun watching it. We'll be back again real soon, and we'll start doing some more advanced trading and check out some of the other content the game has to offer. Hope to see you then. Until then, have a good one. Goodbye now.